7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
It's the 123rd episode of Morning Kicks Extra.
Yahoo! Extra means an extra dose of Randy and Jen.
And while that may not seem like the best idea, it is a great way to catch up on stuff you might have missed out on during the show.
Or if there's anything you want to listen to again.
Like all of our Valentine's Day stuff for this year.
And your open letter to Valentine's Day, Randy.
Written from the heart.
And we're talking about the most romantic gift you've ever received.
So let's get things kicked off
on Morning Kicks Extra.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
So this happened last Thursday. Officers in Leesburg, Virginia, they went to serve Alexandra Hopkins a warrant.
Well, she greeted the officers by swinging a sword at them and running away.
So cops caught up with her. They took her into custody. They confiscated her sword. And now she's facing 1 count of assault on law enforcement and 2 counts of brandishing a weapon.
And 3 counts of not knowing which century it is.
Boy, I sure picked the wrong day to stop wearing my suit of armor.
Right! Jen's Movie Rehab! This is where we assigned Jen a movie to watch over the weekend because before she came to Kicks, she had apparently kept her eyes closed and her ears plugged at all movie theaters.
So a lot of the times someone would make a movie reference and I just wouldn't get it. So every Friday, Randy assigns me a movie to watch. I watched it over the weekend, came back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, let you know what I thought about it.
And this weekend, we assigned her the classic movie Ghost because she had never seen that, unbelievably.
And that's the one that has Demi Moore in it. Patrick Swayze is in it. Yeah, that steamy pot scene, the clay scene or whatever, when they're making the pot together. Okay, I get what you mean now. Because he's not dead the entire movie, which at first I was like, how is this going to be steamy with a dead guy?
Well,
he's not dead at that point.
Well, maybe he is. It's just it's like a super erotic thing.
No,
I don't know.
Like that. So
I think it would have been funny if they accidentally would have smudged the pot
and it goes flying everywhere. So my one thing with this movie is I thought Patrick Swayze was so good in this movie, but for me, Whoopi Goldberg was hands down the best part of the movie. I thought she was so funny and interesting, and the character was just really just over the top and great.
It doesn't last.
It doesn't
for her.
For her, great. I will say this is the first movie I've ever seen Demi Moore in. And I've never seen her in anything. I know who she is, but I've never seen her in anything. So I was really impressed with her as well. She carried the emotion through that movie so well. My one caveat with this movie is I thought it was really predictable. Like, I knew that Carl was going to be the bad guy. I knew when they were talking about how when the bad ones come and get you, I was like, oh, that the murderer's going to get it. He's going to get the bad guys to come take him down, and he's not going to heaven. And that's exactly what happened. So I thought it was a great movie, though. I did enjoy it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Ghost a 7.
A 7, yeah. But isn't predictability part of these whole romantic formulaic movies? They got to be predictable, don't they?
I mean, to a point, but that wasn't what was predictable about it. It wasn't the romance that was predictable. It was the storyline that carried you through the entire movie that I thought was predictable.
I don't know. The moment I saw the cover, I knew it was going to be one of those romance things. It was very predictable. I didn't even have to pop it into the machine to know it was predictable.
So am I going to have another romance movie to watch next weekend for Jen's Movie Rehab?
We'll see.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, good God.
We're like a little over a week away. It's a week from tomorrow.
That's like a week away.
Well, you don't want to procrastinate. You want to make sure that you get something now so you get something good for her.
No, everybody knows they put all the good gifts out the night before.
That's baloney. Randy, your wife deserves so much better
than that. Bologna is a good gift. I mean,
don't
if you're
give her
thinking
bologna.
If she likes bologna, what if she's really a big fan of bologna?
You think your wife would be happy to get bologna from you for Valentine's Day?
What if, you know?
That woman has put up with you for over 20 years. She deserves more than bologna.
There's a special place in heaven for her. Yes, that's true. But, you know, I cannot stand the ones that come around and say, well, I've already gotten my wife Valentine's Day gift, or I've already bought mine, or I got mine back in January. I ordered this back last fall for Valentine's Day.
What's your problem with them? They're not procrastinating.
Oh, yeah. They're real American heroes, aren't they?
I think they are, yeah.
We should salute them as such.
This station presents Real American Heroes.
Real American Heroes.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Non-Procrastinating Valentine Shopper.
Mr. Non-Procrastinating Valentine Shopper.
You, sir, are making manly men look badly bad. Valentine's Day isn't until next week, and you've already purchased the earrings and scheduled delivery of a dozen red roses.
And just wait till she reads the card.
It's a sensual sonnet you composed yourself.
Now you're already thinking about next year's gift, yeah.
So on Valentine's Day afternoon when you're in the drugstore flipping through the picked-over greeting cards and asking if there are more chocolates in the back room. You know who you won't see? Mr. Non-Procrastinating Valentine's Shopper, a real American hero.
Mr. Non-Procrastinating Valentine Shopper.
That's all I'm saying.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
The whole Valentine's Day thing, let's admit it. It's a commercial propaganda thing. You've been brainwashed into acknowledging one day of the year as you're forced to be romantic on, when you should be that way year-round.
I think it should be that way year-round, but I think it's nice to have a day that kind of gives you permission in a way. Because, it's not...
Permission?
It's not
You don't
natural
need
for... No, but
permission.
listen. It's not natural for some people to really put their feelings out there and express how much they love someone. And this really helps them to do that, to have Valentine's Day.
The commercial industry has forced and said, on this day you will, or you will be ostracized.
It's not about being ostracized.
Ostrich-sized.
It has nothing to do with birds.
Much bigger. A big bird.
The point is, we're only a week away from Valentine's Day, so if that's something you and your significant other celebrate,
It's ridiculous.
you've got 7 days left to make it happen. So does that mean you're not doing anything for your wife for Valentine's Day?
I did something.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
I did it. And I wrote her, I sit down and put pen to hand and decided to write her a letter. This is what I wrote. Listen. Dear Valentine's Day, my hatred for you runs deep. Every single year you sneak up on me when I only have 31 cents in my bank account and make me feel like a complete inadequate, how do you spell inadequate? Inadequate failure unless I cough up at least $50 for some roses my wife's going to look at for a total of 3 minutes. Then there's dinner. Do you get some sick pleasure out of making the husbands of the world fight for a dinner reservation at Olive Garden? I think you do. And that needs to stop. Every Valentine's Day, I find myself standing in the card aisle of Target, racked with anxiety and paralyzed by fear, because the only cards left by the time I get there will say, with deepest sympathy on the front. #romance. So, Valentine's Day. Going forward, this is what I would like to propose. If your Valentine is someone that has used the bathroom in front of you while you brushed your teeth, then you are excused from participating in Valentine's Day. Come on. Life and love are real. A random day in February that shakes you down for all you've got and makes you feel like a failure is not real. So, Valentine's Day, I'm breaking up with you. In the words of poet Maya Angelou. Bye, Felicia.
Morning Kicks Extra.
Some of the people who wait until the last minute, they have only a selection of choices to choose from.
And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be scrambling last minute to find something, because at that point, who knows what you're going to get?
Gas station flowers or
They're like half wilted and dying.
greeting cards that say, in deepest sympathy,
Yeah, don't do that to yourself or your significant other.
or something like this.
Howdy, I'm Ted Butkus from the Circle K Ranch. You know, this Valentine's Day, men everywhere will buy their special gal flowers or candy or even diamonds. Well, sir, if you take a shine to conveying your deepest emotions with material things, I guess that's fine. But a real man knows it's the personal touch that means the most. Now you're probably thinking, Tex, I already got a tattoo with my gal's name. But here at the Circle K Ranch, we do them tattoos one better with these Valentine brands. That's right. At Circle K, you can get your honey's name branded into your arm or leg or buttocks just in time for Valentine's Day. Like this fella. So show your little filly just how burning hot your love is with a Valentine brand. Only at Circle K Ranch, just behind Sizzler.
Morning Kicks Extra.
Don't put it off either, because you don't want to end up with all the selection and time run out and you have to get something like that stupid Vermont teddy bear for your sweetie.
What's wrong with the Vermont teddy bear?
Really? Listen.
Chocolates disappear, flowers wilt, but a bear lasts a lifetime.
Aw.
This Valentine's Day, show that special someone how much you care with a Vermont bear.
Wow, your boyfriend got you a bear rug? That's not a rug!
Vermont bears come in brown, black, and grizzly.
Oh, a Vermont bear.
And every Vermont bear comes with a heart-shaped box of chocolates to fatten her up before she's delightfully devoured.
What?
Oh, a card to my darling honey.
Bears sure do love honey, so give her the gift that's guaranteed to last for as long as she lives. Vermont bears.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
So we thought today we'd give some ideas, some guys. We're going to talk about what's the most romantic gift that you've ever gotten.
Well, it wasn't on Valentine's Day, but we were moving here from California, and my husband has been really stressed out with worrying about stuff, and he wanted to make me feel better because he thought that he'd been ignoring me or being too rough with the way things were going. He didn't want me to think he was mad at me. So he bought me a cute little rose in a glass vase, and then he bought me this card that basically told me that he loved me, and no matter what was going on in our life, I could ask for whatever I wanted, and he would gladly give it to me because I was the love of his life.
See, that to me is much more romantic when it's a just because rather than a quote, a have to, like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was very sweet because we were having, like I said, we were having a rough time.
Having to move.
Yeah, because of the witness relocation program. We get it. I totally
There's
understand.
no witness relocation. What is the most romantic gift you've ever received?
We will disguise your voice, man.
Stop it.
It's too late now, isn't it?
Would you quit?
What's the most romantic gift you've ever gotten?
Well, it's this year, and I get pig meat.
Pig meat?
The pig that you eat. We had a pig butchered, and that's our gift to each other is pig meat.
That's romantic?
That's romance in your relationship?
What?
That's what it is. We just call it, we're going to get a little pork butt.
That's a demonstration of my love.
At least you're getting a little bit of butt somehow.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
there
right.
you go.
Wait a minute, Jen.
I'm just saying.
Nasty. What do you think is the most romantic gift?
My husband decided it was a fishing trip for him and $500 for me to go shopping.
Ah, right on. There
Getting
you
him
go.
out of the way and doing what you want to do.
That's romantic.
Yep, it was the best birthday present he gave me.
If somebody will give me $500, I will give that to my wife.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
We're talking about the most romantic gift, whatever that might be.
Either that you've given or received or heard of.
Yeah, I wrote a poem trying to remember it.
Roses are red.
Like some people write stories. I just buy the cards. Some people buy candy. I just get a candy bar. Some people write songs. I just go buy the tape. But all these things people say and do can't say how much I love you.
Oh, what a
All
sweet way
right.
to end that.
I think I'm going to throw up over here. Well, here's the thing. When he said tape, I was so scared of what the next word might be.
Randy.
Well,
it
because
was romantic.
how many words would rhyme with tape? And it's in a...
Randy.
I'm just saying.
No.
I was looking out for
Oh, my Lanta.
protecting your
Quit
attention
it.
span.
What's the most romantic gift that you've ever heard of?
I was working and I got home, big white teddy bear sitting in my chair with a heart that zipped.
Let me guess. And he jumped out of the chair and he walked slowly at you with a snarl on his face.
No,
And he goes,
it was a teddy bear, and he had a box from Helzberg's in it. When I opened it up, there was diamond earrings.
Diamond earrings?
And I still wear those earrings.
yeah, I'd take the bear any day. Tell us, what is the most romantic gift you've ever heard of?
Well, it was Valentine's Day. We were in Texas, and he says, we're going to take a ferry ride. So we get on the ferry with our vehicle, drive us out to this little island. And when we get to the island, we go and we drive down to this lighthouse. And apparently his friend works for the lighthouse. And when I get out of the car, there's rose petals all leading up to the door. And there was a candlelight steak dinner inside. So that was very romantic. And then when we got back onto the ferry and went back to the mainland, he took me to this weird, like, little bus stop bench thing, like
And
public transportation thing.
Yeah, he was going to send your butt back home.
We got picked up by a horse and carriage ride.
Sounds like a freaking Nicholas Sparks movie.
That is adorable.
It was awesome.
It really does. I mean, thank goodness you were into him, because how awkward would that have been, right? We're on an island and there's...
romantic, though. Oh, my God.
I'm going to lock myself in the lighthouse until the police get here.
Why do you got to take it that way?
Well,
Come on.
stuff happens. You know, that's very assumptive, I think.
What do you mean?
They were married. I'll give them that.
Exactly.
So.
Come on.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
What is your most romantic gift, in your opinion?
Okay, so it was sweet. It wasn't a significant other in my life, but my dad always sent me cards and candy on Valentine's Day because I wasn't married and he didn't want me to feel left out.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I guess.
What's the most romantic gift that you've ever heard of?
I was at work and I had 8 dozen roses delivered.
Wow.
Separately.
8 dozen?
Yes.
You know what that cost?
And then I had this one little cup that had flowers coming out of it with a card. And then I got home and I had 4 more dozen roses spread throughout my house.
Whoa. Oh, my gosh.
And a curio cabinet with all of my collectible stuff in it.
No, that's super cute.
Cute?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's all about the stuff with you ladies, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Materialistic. It's dangerous, too. I mean, imagine all the thorns you're going to get in your feet if you try to walk
Don't think about it that way.
Well,
those beautiful roses, and they smell so nice.
What is the most romantic gift you've ever heard of?
My husband hand-dipped 2 dozen chocolate-covered strawberries and made them into a rose bouquet.
See, I thought, Dorinda,
that's so
I
romantic.
thought you were going to say he dipped his hand in chocolate and made you lick it off or something. That's where I...
Really?
Only you, Randy. You're
My
that
mind
pervert.
went there.
Stop it. Why you gotta make it that way?
Just gross.
Every time, Randy. Come on. Someone being romantic.
No one else can eat out of the fondue machine.
What is the most romantic gift that you've ever heard of?
So me and my wife were out in Branson at a bed and breakfast for our anniversary.
Right.
And she knows my favorite band is the Eagles. Well, they were playing in Utah, and she decides to give me my anniversary card with Eagle tickets to go to that concert.
Wow.
That's cool.
So she flew me all the way out to Utah for an Eagles concert.
That night?
No, not that night.
That woman loves you.
Keep her.
And me calling in like this and telling you this story, that's probably the most romantic thing she'll hear.
Yeah, and that's kind of sad, Harry, but we get it.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Hey, join us on the next edition of Morning Kicks Extra.
We're going to be talking about kid mess-ups.
What's the worst thing that your kids ever wrecked of yours?
In the meantime, don't forget to check out our blog at kicks1025.com.
You can check out all of the latest Morning Kicks karaoke songs.
And you can watch us live on most social platforms every weekday morning starting at 7.
Make sure to like, follow, and smash that subscribe button.
Don't miss Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the 4 states' #1 for country. Kicks 102.5.